I'm Clyde Jones, the Senior Vice President for Institutional Advancement at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And it's my pleasure to welcome you tonight to Inside the Met, a virtual series of conversations and concerts just for patrons like you. Thank you for joining us for this last concert in the 2021 Spring Series, which has explored new perspectives and brought you a full program of engaging artistic talent. And I thank you for your support and commitment to the Met over this past year, and as we look forward with a renewed sense of energy and possibility. Patrons like you are at the heart of our community, and you inspire us every day with your loyalty to our collections, exhibitions, and the mission at the Met. There is joy and excitement throughout the museum these days. Whether you connect with us on site or through our array of virtual programs, we know you'll find something to capture your interest and stimulate your imagination. If you do come in person, and I hope you will often, you don't want to miss the captivating show, Alice Neel, People Come First. It's the first museum retrospective in New York of this American artist in 20 years. And of course, if it's a sunny day, I encourage you to head to the Iris and B. Gerald Cantor Roof Garden to see Alex de Corte's whimsical installation, As Long as the Sun Lasts. We also have two extraordinary exhibitions opening in a few weeks. The Medici Portraits and Politics 1512 through 1570 is a major lone exhibition which will introduce viewers to the new and complex ways artists portrayed the elite of Medicean Florence, representing the sitter's political and cultural ambitions and conveying the changing sense of what it meant to be a Florentine at this defining moment in the city's history. I hope you'll join us in person for member preview days on June 21st, 24th, and 25th. And we're also looking forward to The New Woman Behind the Camera. The exhibition takes an international approach to the subject, highlighting female photographers' innovative work in studio portraiture, fashion and advertising, artistic experimentation, street photography, ethnography, and photojournalism. You can see the exhibition first at member preview days on June 28th and July 1st. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our concert tonight. The Knights are back by popular demand after their wonderful concert for patrons in November. The New York Times has called them an adventurous young orchestra that has established a strong reputation for polished performances and innovative programming. The Knights was founded by brothers Colin and Eric Jacobsen, who will both be featured in tonight's concert. As an added treat, Colin is playing one of the museum's great violins by Antonio Stradivari. These concerts for patrons are presented jointly by the Department of Musical Instruments and the Membership Department. I want to thank the Dorothy Strelsin Foundation for the support of these concerts, and thank you again for being part of the Met family. Please enjoy tonight's program.
Hi, I'm Colin Jacobsen, Artistic Director of the Knights. So wonderful to be here with all of you and to be in the Metropolitan Museum of Art's musical instrument collection. So many incredible things. I feel like a kid in a candy shop. And in fact, later in this program, I get to play one of the amazing Stradivari's that is in the collection. But first, we'd like to start off with a piece co-written by 8 members of the Knights called Keeping On. And if we go back a year to early lockdown and pandemic, I found myself taking, probably like many of you, more and longer walks than I had ever done in my life, probably. And it made me think of a few things. One was Beethoven. I was thinking of Beethoven because, in a way, he understood isolation better than most. And I remembered playing Beethoven's Fifth Symphony with the Knights. I was thinking back to my memories of incredible Knights experiences. And when we were rehearsing the Fifth Symphony, that famous 4-note motif which you try to pass seamlessly through the orchestra, which is a hard thing to do. And violinist Christina Courtin suggested that we loop or keep playing a particular motif, that motif, over and over again. So we really got the transfer seamlessly. And in that conscious repetition, I started to hear a new piece emerged and filed that away in my memory bank. And while I was taking those long walks, that four-note motif looping came back to me, and I thought this might be a seed for a piece. So I wrote a sketch, sent it out to a number of knights who I thought would respond creatively to it. And out of that came the piece, Keeping On, that you're about to hear. It contains a song that said violinist and singer Christina Courtin wrote for herself and Alex Sopp to sing at the end. And Mike Atkinson did the incredible orchestration. Hope you enjoy Keeping On.
Hello, my name is Michael P. Atkinson, and I'm pleased to present some background here for you about this Passacaglia by Max Reger, presented in a brand new arrangement by yours truly and performed by the Knights and Special Guest Ballet Collective and filmed right here in the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Musical Instruments collection. One night in 2019, I found myself going down a deep YouTube rabbit hole of organ music, and I was completely captivated and a little bit obsessed by a performance of this piece by the great French organist Olivier Latry, who is one of the chief organists at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. I watched this video a number of times, and the idea of it being performed by a large string orchestra with a choir of low woodwinds started to kind of take hold in my mind. But at the time, I didn't really have a way to get the project going, so I just filed it away for later. In March 2020, the Knights were looking for projects to do during the lockdown. And despite the obvious logistical and musical challenges, I thought this piece by Reger could be a good choice, and we decided to go for it. In order to accomplish this, I first arranged the music from organ to fit my preferred ensemble size, and then I also created a special play-along track as an MP3. It had a metronome click, and it had a MIDI computer-generated playback of sampled musical instruments. And the idea for this being that even though our 30 musicians were spread out and recorded in isolation, they could have a sense of their musical context. You can think of it more like very fancy karaoke. After everyone's recordings were finished, I took them and I stitched them together in a way that made it sound like we were all playing together in a large resonance space. And throughout this process, I was completely inspired and humbled by my dear friends and colleagues' artistry and commitment to the project, despite the difficulties of working in isolation. After the music was finished, we wanted to add a video element, and we reached out to Troy Schumacher and his excellent company, Ballet Collective, to see if they were interested in joining us on this project. He agreed, and all we needed was a venue. Bridget Mundy, the Knights executive director, made the connection to the folks here at the Met, and we were able to secure this location to film. And Troy's choreography illuminates both the music and the space in a uniquely beautiful way, and I'm thrilled to share that with you now. Enjoy.
To paraphrase something from Goethe's Faust, it is a thing that is done to create small worlds within the larger one. And one of the composers who does this better than anyone is the Hungarian composer György Kurtág. Over the last 30 years, he's created these incredible signs, games, and messages for various solo instruments. And today I'm privileged to play 3 of those for you on the gorgeous Stradivarius instrument in the Metropolitan Museum's instrument collection. And I chose these 3 because I thought they would give the violin a chance to sing and also to be virtuosic in a very modern way. The first one, in Volkston, invokes sort of the drony Hungarian folk music that is kind of hovering in the background of György's music. The second one, Hommage à Bach, is what it says. It's an unusual, sweet, and strange homage to the great composer. And the third one, the Carenza Jig, was written while he was staying in a little girl's home named Carenza, who played the violin and piano and was already learning some of these games, signs, and messages. I loved the combination of rigor and playfulness that Kurtág exhibits in these works. So here are 3 signs, games, and messages for you. So the plan was just to do these Kurtág signs, games, and messages, but Tony and I, as they affectionately call the Stradivarius that I was playing on at the Met Museum, were having such a good time that I decided I had to play something else. And so I have a Paganini Caprice for you here. And what I love about this Caprice is how crazy, quirky, modern it actually sounds next to Kurtág's music. So hope you enjoy Caprice number 2 by Paganini.
Hello everyone, it's György Jacobsen from the Knights. The next piece you're going to hear is Dances from Galánta by Zoltán Kodály, one of my favorite composers. This piece kind of will make you feel it's music of the Roma, kind of gypsy music, but of course orchestrated so beautifully. One fun thing about Kodály is he said music education starts 9 months before the child's mother is born. And I think that's such a beautiful idea. It's so, encompassing, like we can all do this, but we have to do it for children, for everyone together. And I think that's something that the Knights love so much about his music and his thought process and his whole ethos. This recording, though never seen by anyone before, was recorded prior to the pandemic. So we're all unmasked and having a great time together, and really hope you enjoy it. See you very soon.